Hello everyone. Welcome to welcome to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English. In today's session, we'll see the new topic Chief of Defense Staff. Yes. Now we'll see the need of this recently new designation inducted in India, Chief of Defense Staff. Yes, it's my pleasure to welcome you all on Unacademy, India's largest learning platform, where you will get daily life classes, structured courses, unlimited access for live and recorded classes, along with live tests. It's me, Rushikesh Inamdar, guiding UPSC aspirants from last 8 years. You can follow me on Unacademy and you can also join our Telegram group for daily updates using this link. Yes. So, surprise for you aspirants. So, Unacademy will provide you 20 books. So, these books are created by UPSC experts. So, now these books are available on free with our 1-year subscription, 2-year subscription and 3-year subscription. Yes. So in these books, we have covered the approx complete syllabus of UPSC. Yes, which included the previous year questions and updated current affairs as well. So hurry up, enroll for our courses with the minimum duration of 1 year and more than that. So you will get this 20 books absolutely free. Yes friends, this is the mega subscription offer on UPSC CSE subscriptions, which means those aspirants are planning to join with 1-year plan. They will get guaranteed validity of the course till Prelims 2022, and those aspirants are looking for 2-year plan. They will get validity till the Prelims 2023. Yes, do not forget to use code RBI Live for this mega subscription offer, and offer is valid till 20th April. Yes, friends, those aspirants are looking for our paid courses. We have plus and iconic courses available on our platform. Here you will get all the structured courses. The syllabus will be covered by best educators of the country. We will provide you the live tests as well. For this paid subscription, you will get 10% discount on plus and iconic subscription after using referral code RBI Live. Yes, after this, you can also use this code to get 10% discount on optional subject subscription as well. And those are interested with our combo subscription of general studies and optional, they can opt for the 1-year, 2-year or 3-year course, where they can also avail this offer of 10% discount using referral code RBI Live. Now, why I'm insisting you to use this code? After using this code, you will stay connected with my team and we will guide you throughout the journey. Yes, those aspirants pursuing their graduation, they can avail iconic courses, and it's my suggestion to all those undergraduate aspirants or those aspirants are looking for or planning to start their preparation after 12th examination. They can go with our iconic subscription, where you will get all the features of our plus courses along with personal guidance, study planner and expert guidelines. Yes, we have free test series for all aspirants. Just you have to use code RBI Live to unlock these tests. Yes, we are covering complete general studies, current affairs in this free test series. So friends, these are the new batches Like we have batches for 1 year, 2 year, prelims targeted batches also available on our platform. Yes. Do not forget to enroll yourself for Unacademy Combat, which is scheduled on upcoming Sunday 11 am. Here also you can enroll with code RBI Life. This is the absolutely free Unacademy Combat where you can attend this scholarship test. And now this combat is available in Hindi medium as well. So hurry up and enroll yourself for free test series and Unacademy Combat. Yes friends, now we'll start today's topic, Chief of Defense Staff. Yes. So a new position called Chief of Defense Staff, a 4-star general, was created by the Ministry of Defense. Yes. So Chief of Defense Staff is a post that will act as the single point advisor to the government of India. The officer concerned will be in position to advise on matters related to the all three services like Army, Navy and Air Force. So thus making India's armed forces integrated. Yes. So the Chief of Defense Staff will be the first among equals, a fourth 4-star officer who will be senior to the 3 other services chiefs. Yes. And General Bipin Rawat has been appointed as the first Chief of Defense Staff. Yes. Now we'll see the background of this new designation created by Ministry of Defense. So a high-level committee, that is Kargil Review Committee, set up to examine the gaps in the country's security system in the wake of the Kargil War in 1999, had called for the appointment of Chief of Defense Staff as a single point military advisor to the Defense Minister. Yes, so a group of ministers analyzing required reforms in the national security system had also favored appointing a Chief of Defense Staff. Yes, in 2012, the Naresh Chandra Task Force had recommended creating the post of a permanent chairman of the Chief of Staff Committee. Yes. So, probably India is the only country in the world where the Secretary Department of Defense, a generally civil servant drawn from diverse background and who serves in the Ministry of Defense for a fixed tenure, yes, has been made responsible for the defense of India and every part thereof, including preparation for defense. Yes, the position is meant to enhance the quality of military advice to the political leadership through the integration of service inputs. Yes. So these service inputs of the 3 defense forces, Army, Navy and Air Force. It is also to inject some much needed synergy in planning, procurement, training and logistics. Yes. Now we'll see the role of CDS. This is the short form of Chief of Defense Staff. Yes. Yes, Aniruddha, in today's session will cover the Chief of Defense Staff, their role, significance and challenges. Yes, so the Department of Military Affairs will also be headed by the Chief of Defense Staff. Yes. Who will ensure the jointness in training, logistic and procurement of three services. He will have the salary and perquisites equivalent to the service chief. Yes, the three services, the headquarters of integrated defense staff, the territorial army, works relating to the army, air force and navy, and procurements exclusive to the services except capital acquisition. All will operate under this department. Yes, the CS will be the permanent chairman of the Chiefs of Staff Committee. Yes, however, Chief of Defence Staff will not exercise any military command over the three service chiefs, and CDS will ensure coordination in joint operations. Yes, as the permanent chairman of Chiefs of Staff Committee, he will be the member of Defence Acquisition Council, headed by the Defence Minister, and the Defence Planning Committee, headed by the National Security Advisor. Yes. So, Chief of Defence Staff will be the military advisor to the Nuclear Command Authority, chaired by the Prime Minister, which handles India's nuclear arsenal. Yes, the role of Chief of Defence Staff. Yes, now we'll see the service conditions of Chief of Defence Staff. So the Defence Ministry had recently amended the Army, Air Force and Navy rules by allowing Chief of Defence Staff to serve up to a maximum age of 65 years. Yes, according to the existing rules, an Army Chief has tenure of 3 years or up to the retirement age of 62 years, whichever is earlier. So he will not be eligible to hold any government office after demitting or resigning as the Chief of Defence Staff. Yes. These are the service conditions for Chief of Defence Staff. Now we'll see the mandate of Chief of Defence Staff. Now we'll see the need. So with the increasing complexity of security challenges in the modern warfare arena, there was need for an integrated approach towards defense strategy, and there are communication issues, budgetary overruns by individual commands, inter alia which demanded joint working of Army, Navy and Air Force. Yes, why we need this Chief of Defence Staff? So with the increasing complexity of security challenges in the modern warfare arena, yes, there are communication issues, budgetary overruns by individual commands. So inter alia which demanded joint working of Army, Navy and Air Force for the security or improvement of security of our nation. Then jointness. So Chief of Defence Staff will ensure and promote the jointness through joint planning of command operations, logistic, transport, training, communication, repairs and maintenance of the three services within 3 years of operation. Yes, this will ensure close cooperation and collaboration among the defense forces. Yes. So, Chief of Defence Staff will ensure and promote the jointness which will functioning together of the three services independently? Yes. Then integration. So there is need for inducing integration in different services, and however there is difference between integration and jointness of command. So putting together the three services at different levels and placing them under one commander. Yes, lack of resources. Chief of Defence Staff, as first among equals, will act as a single point advisor and could be held accountable for his actions and decisions taken. Restructured military commands for optimal utilization of resources will avoid unnecessary duplication and wasteful expenditure. Yes, expertise. So being into the services for so long, the expertise and knowledge of Chief of Defence Staff to deal with the adverse situation could be appropriately utilized in order to achieve the desired aims, creating an architecture for joint commands. Yes. So these are the mandate for Chief of Defence Staff: need, jointness, integration, lack of resources, and expertise. Now here we can say this designation is for dual role. First is military role and second is government role. So the permanent chairman of the Chiefs of Staff Committee, which has the three service chiefs as members, and government role as head of newly created Department of Military Affairs, DMA, in the Ministry of Defense. Yes. Now we'll see the responsibilities of Chief of Defence Staff. So CDS will administer the tri-services organizations agencies related to cyber and space. CDS will look into monitoring of contracts, promoting the use of indigenous equipment, leveraging of current systems and transforming them, and prioritizing the procurement of defense equipment in a better way. Yes. The CDS will also assign inter-services prioritization to capital acquisition proposals based on the anticipated budget. Yes, Chief of Defence Staff will bring reforms to augment the combat capabilities of the forces and is expected to evaluate plans for out-of-area contingencies for countries in India's neighborhood. Yes. So, these are the responsibilities of Chief of Defence Staff. He will administer the trust services organization agencies related to cyber and space. He will look into the monitoring of contracts, promoting the use of indigenous equipment, leveraging of current system and transforming them, and prioritizing the procurement of defense equipment in a better way. Yes, he will bring reforms to augment the combat capabilities. Yes, to evaluate plans for out of area contingencies for countries in India's neighborhood. Yes, then we'll see the challenges. Yes, mandate for defense of the nation. It's still with the Department of Defense, but the procurement process except capital acquisition lies with Chief of Defence Staff. Yes. So the mandate for defense of the nation is still with the Department of Defense, but the procurement process except capital acquisition lies with Chief of Defence Staff, and this gives birth to dichotomy. As on one hand, CDS is expected to prioritize the expenditure between the three services, but the wherewith all still lies with Defense Secretary. So hence the budgetary power still lies with the bureaucrats, which demands timely intervention by the government. Yes, CDS has to, Chief of Defense Staff has the mandate of force planning. Yes, planning associated with the creation and maintenance of military capabilities. Changing role of warfare being more technology oriented over rationalization, right sizing of manpower needs to be addressed properly. Yes, India faces frequent conflicts on its land frontiers. So balancing this realization that both maritime and air power are going to play an increasingly important role in India's rise as a leading power will be among the initial strategic challenges that would be faced by the CDS. Yes. So the CDS already has equivalents in countries like United States of America, United Kingdom, which means this is not the first time we have appointed as a Chief of Defense Staff. If we'll see in the world's context, the Chief of Defense Staff already in the defense forces of other countries. Yes. So here we can see the example of Chief of the Defense Staff, United Kingdom. He's the professional head of the armed forces and principal military advisor to the Secretary of State for Defense. Yes. So the Secretary of State for Defense is equivalent to Minister of Defense in India and the government. Yes, equivalent to the Minister for Defense in India. So in UK, Chief of Defense Staff is principal military advisor to the Secretary of State of Defense and the government. Yes, the Chief of the Defense Forces, Australia, the Chief of the Defense Force, CDF, and the Secretary for the Department of Defense, a senior civil and public servant in the ministry, jointly manage the defense organization. Yes, the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, United States of America. So he is the highest ranking military officer and the principal military advisor to the president. The Secretary of Defense equivalent, yes, the Secretary of Defense and the National Security Council. So whereas Secretary of Defense in USA is equivalent to the Minister for Defense in India. Yes. See, so the Ministry of Defense, now just see the yes, Ministry of Defense. where Department of Defense was headed by Defense Secretary, Department of Military Affairs headed by Chief of Defense Staff, Department of Defense Production was headed by Secretary of Defense Production, Department of Defense Research and Development headed by DRDO Chief, Department of Ex-Servicemen Welfare headed by Secretary of Ex-Servicemen Welfare. So, dual-headed role of CDS, the permanent chairman of the Chiefs of Staff Committee and head of Department of Military Affairs in Defense Ministry. Yes. Now we'll see the positive implication of Chief of Defense Staff. So the integration of the three services will bring about speedy decisions in these times of emergency. Yes, acquisition of defense equipment can be done optimally, catering to the needs of the tri services. Yes, jointness in operations will ensure smoother execution of military operations, more clarity in the jurisdiction. Joint theater commands like the Air Command will resolve the issue of the Army, Navy and Air Force, all having aerial weapon and attack system and authority over them, over their airspaces. Yes. So these are the positive implications of appointment of CDS. Now we'll see the road ahead with Chief of Defense Staff. So this is a major first step in the direction of changes, but not the final stage. So CDS needs to work like war-fighting advisor and executed through the joint commands. The single services must be evolved in way so that it can raise, train and sustain. Yes. So there will be presence of civil and military officials in the Department of Military Affairs, but this raises a question of such presence in the Department of Defense. Hence, the restructuring of defense must be done in transparent manner. Yes. Yes. So the restructuring of defense must be done in a transparent manner such that there is cross postings of the senior military officers in the decision making in the Department of Defense as well. So the creation of Chief of Defense Staff will need to be followed up with further reforms to reconfigure the armed forces to meet India's aspirations to be a global power. Yes. So the clarity in terms of the hierarchy will come gradually and depending on how the first incumbent chief molds his position as CDS, which will set precedent for the others to follow. Yes, which also the position in the of a four-star general indicating the apprehension of the bureaucracy towards a military commander having too much power. Yes, and cannot be allowed being a position to overthrow or dictate terms to the civilian elected government. So this reform in the higher defense management is expected to enable the armed forces to implement coordinated defense doctrines and procedures and go a long way in fostering joint manship among the three services. Yes. So this is all about the Chief of Defense Staff. Yes. So, a new position called Chief of Defense Staff was created by the Defense Ministry of Defense. Just have a recap what we have covered in this session. So, Chief of Defense Staff is a post that will act the single point advisor to the government of India and Ministry and Defense Minister. Yes, the officer concerned will be in position to advise on matters related to all three services like Army, Navy and Air Force. Yes, which making India's armed forces integrated. Yes, so the Chief of Defense Staff will be a first among equals, a fourth four-star officer who will be senior to the three other service chiefs. Yes, then we have covered the background of the appointment of CDS. So high level committee, that is Kargil Review Committee, was set up to examine the gaps in the country's security system. In the wake of the Kargil War in 1999, they suggested for the appointment of Chief of Defense Staff as a single point military advisor to the Defense Minister. Yes, in 2012, the Naresh Chandra Task Force had recommended creating the post of a permanent chairman of the Chiefs of Staff Committees or Committee. Yes. So this position is meant to enhance the quality of military advice to the political leadership through the integration of service inputs. Yes, then we have covered role of CDS, Chief of Defense Staff. Yes. Then we have covered service conditions. Then we have covered mandate of Chief of Defense Staff. Yes, need, jointness, integration, lack of resources, expertise. Then we have covered dual role. Yes, military role, permanent chairman of the Chief of Staff Committee, which has the three services chiefs as members, and government role, where head of the newly created Department of Military Affairs DMA in the Ministry of Defense. Yes, so there are dual role means in regards with the defense decision power, that is military role. So there is staff committee. Yes, where Army, Navy, Air Force chiefs are members in the staff committee. Now, the Chief of Defense Staff will perform his duties as a permanent chairman of this Chiefs of Staff Committee. And whereas second role with the government, that is, there is newly created Defense Department of Military Affairs, DMA, and Chief of Defense Staff is the head of this newly created department. Yes, so two roles, that is one military role and government role, where the permanent chairman of the Chiefs of Staff at this military role, whereas at government role, he will perform his duties as a head for the Department of Military Affairs. Yes. Then we have covered the responsibilities. Yes. So Chief of Defence Staff will administer the tri-services organizations or agencies related to cyber and space. Yes, he will also assign inter-services prioritization to capital acquisition proposals based on the anticipated budget. Yes, to evaluate plans for out-of-area contingencies for countries in India's neighborhood. Then we have covered challenges in front of Chief of Defence Staff. Then we have covered the equivalent designation in various countries like UK, Australia, and USA. Yes, then we have covered the positive implications and roll ahead with Chief of Defence Staff. Yes, so that's it for today's session. Friends, see you in the next lecture with new topic. Till the time you can revise what we have covered in today's session. Do not forget to join our Telegram group and also not forget to use referral code RBI Life to get 10% discount in our paid courses. Please like, share and subscribe Unacademy videos and also enroll yourself for Unacademy Combat, which is scheduled on upcoming Sunday morning 11 am. Those aspirants are planning to appear for preliminary examination this year. They can also enroll themselves for free test series by Unacademy. Yes. So friends, see you in the next lecture with new topic. Till the time, keep studying, keep revising. All the best.